Hello, welcome to another A Craft Room Organization Cleaning by Donna Creations and More. I am Donna, welcome. This is part 5, and I'm sharing with you how I made these mini little shelves out of these scrap woods that I got from Home Depot for free. I'm in the process of organizing my craft room and setting up my resin station. So I need something to hold my alcohol, inks, and all my little items. On the back of my desk that has a hutch top. So here are my supplies. I have some duct tape. I have some large popsicle sticks. Some Elmer's wood glue. And then my 3 free sticks. Now, if you don't have free sticks, you can use a yardstick. You can glue 2 layers of these popsicle sticks together into a shiplap style. I think that would be super adorable. If I didn't have these free wood, I would have done that. And you can also use like Dollar Tree rollers. But anyhow, I'm going to take my large popsicle sticks and cut off the end. Except for the very end ones, I'm leaving rounded for design. I'm just cutting them straight as possible, the length of my wood. As I said in the beginning of the video, this is part 5. And I am really glad that I am doing this on YouTube. Because I have literally went back today watching my videos because I could not find my Mod Podge. If someone would have told me that, give me your Mod Podge or you're dead, I swear I would have been dead because I wouldn't have found it. I have searched and searched for over 2 weeks and was finally watching my videos from day 1. And I'm like, there's my Mod Podge sitting on my desk. Then I got to the next video and I saw the containers I was putting stuff in. And I'm like, aha. But I didn't see the Mod Podge on my desk on the second video. But I saw the containers. So I'm like, it's gotta be in them containers. And it was. So here I'm just taking the Elmer glue and gluing my popsicle stick ends together. And I'm using the duct tape to reinforce it, to hold it in place while it's drying. Now, on the very, very back, I'm just going to leave the duct tape on because you're not going to see it, and I'll just make it stronger. I was just down in my craft room when I was painting these, and before I started painting them, of course, I get involved in another thing. So, decided to move my paint, finally, down on the wall where I can reach it, organize it a little bit better, end up switching a shelf on my wall. I had my husband today put the door up and hang my thankful sign up that I got really cheap at Habitat for Humanity. I'll share that on my video. It was only $5, it was a steal. When I saw that, I was like, oh gosh, that is so perfect for my craft room. So thank you very much to my husband for helping me out today and bringing my saw down to my craft room. Because I'm going to need that for some upcoming DIYs that I'm going to be making with this craft room organization. Again, this is all on a budget. I am making what I can. I'm doing it cheap as I can. And I'm putting it all in a playlist. So if you're interested, check out my playlist. I will put it in the description box below. This wasn't just a craft room makeover. This was a craft room move / makeover. And so I did that. I organized my paint. Never got to my resin desk yet because I just finished painting these, and that's gotta be the first thing that puts up. But I organized a couple shelves and moved all my items that I made onto my shelves. What else did I do? Oh, I moved some things. I'll have to share that in my video too. Some things that I've done. And I moved. And I have another DIY. Well, no. Yeah, sort of. Okay, if you've been following me, you'll know. If you've been following my craft room makeovers, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I had this bifold room divider. I decided to use that originally as what I was going to use it for in the beginning, for my wreaths. For if I ever did craft shows or sell them out in my yard this summer. So I moved that. I installed all my wreaths, simple, easy, with some paper clips. Paper clips come in handy for a lot of things, you guys. And I saw a nifty little tip that I'm going to use. You take binder clips and put on the edge of your desk or your table. Then you hook your little phone cords and all through them, or your plugs. That's genius. So that's a great little tip too. So binder clips, paper clips. I use paper clips for so many different things. So anyhow, I got all my let's see. I got all my die cuts moved. No, not my die cuts. All my punches moved. Yeah, my die cuts and my die cut machines. I'm sorry, I was right. And my punches all moved. I got all my foam stamps moved, my rubber stamps, and my wooden stamps. Like, I call the wooden stamps the wood blocks with the stamp on it, and then the foam ones are the foam type ones you can buy. Then you got the silicone ones that are rubber stamps. There's so many different types of stamps. But I got all them together with my ink pads. They're now all together. And I got these awesome container tags for their storage pop-up boxes. Today off Amazon. That was my happy meal for today. So I'll be labeling them too. And squeeze that in on this video. I'm going to squeeze in what I can. What I get done. Everything I get done, I'll share with you. But I definitely want to share setting up my desk. Because I'm starting resin. I know I said my jewelry was next. I'm going to try to squeeze that in on this video. At least setting up my jewelry. So here I'm just making sure I got all my wood pieces lined up and straight. And I glued them together and taped them on both sides and put glue on both sides. Because I'm sure you guys missed that because I've been talking so much. I apologize. See how I'm leaving the curved part at the end? They actually turned out pretty good. You'll see as the video goes on. Don't mind my dog snoring in the background. It is 6 o'clock in the morning and she is knocked out. Listen to her. Scarlett! You are noisy, Missy. I should be sleeping with her, but I took a nap and I wanted to get this craft room done more than I've gotten done. Does anybody have the problem that it takes you so long to get something done? It does for me. I don't understand it. I went down there 2 hours ago almost, and I have gotten hardly nothing accomplished. Just my paint thingy moved down a little bit, organized my paints on there, moved a couple things, and painted these sticks. And that took me 2 hours. I'm like slow at everything. I guess it's because of all my injuries and vertigo and everything else. I'm just so slow. Even if I go shopping, it takes me hours and hours and hours. Then I'm worn out. That's a job and a half right there. Scarlett, can you please stop snoring? So here I'm just reinforcing it more with some glue on the back. And putting that tape on. I use a lot of glue. I come back several times. This is just step one of just gluing them together. And then I wait about 30 minutes, maybe. Maybe it was 15. I don't know. I'm so impatient. I'm impatient, but then it takes me so long to get something done. This is taking me 2 days to do these little wood sticks. So yeah, there they are all lined up. And we gotta let them sit there and dry. Okay, now I'm back to them. And I'm removing the duct tape. From the one side. Remember, I duct taped both sides if you didn't realize that, because I was talking so much as usual. So I'm just going to run a bead of glue along all pieces of scrap wood. And I'm just going to stand up my popsicle sticks. That's going to be the back of my shelf. And that tape on the back I am going to leave. And I'm just reinforcing it, this one, a little bit with some scraps of my duct tape. I started doing that, and then I did it on this one because this was the last one I just did, and it wasn't as dried as the others. The others I didn't have to hold with no duct tape. Hey, do you guys hear the little birdies in the background singing? And because this one was a little bit bowed, the wood was. For being scrap wood and popsicle sticks, it actually turned out pretty darn good. And as I said, it's just some thin little shelves. It can hold, I wouldn't put a lot of weight on them, but it'd be great to hold like your glitters, your alcohol inks, some small little lightweight paint bottles, maybe all your little doodads and all you put in your little bottles or jars. No, I wouldn't say jars, little plastic container. Things that are lightweight. So I'm using this for like my rubbing alcohol. Oh my god. My alcohol inks and all for my resin. That way when I do my resin, I can just grab what I need and it'll be all right in front of me. Now I did decide on my resin cart, I'm going to add my glitter on top of my resin cart. Due to the fact that I use my glitter not only for resin, but for my other crafts. And if it's on top of my cart, I can either wheel my cart there, but I'm going to see if it'll fit in one of my containers. There's a certain container I have. If it fits in that, then I can just grab that and bring it to wherever. But if not, if it's on my cart, I can just roll it right over to my other desk, because they're so close to each other. And then I'll just keep the resin cart right near in front of my resin desk. That was really nice to hear the little birdies tweeting in the background. They have like a little nest outside my window. So this was like pretty much self-explanatory, you watching this. I just glued them all together, taped them on both sides, removed the tape on one side, and I'm just gluing the backs onto these wood pieces. And I did let these sit. Actually, they sat 2 days. They sat overnight. I didn't get to it yesterday. It was one of them days I was so tired. Usually when I take my diabetes shot, I'm exhausted that night and the next day. So I was super exhausted. I didn't get nothing done yesterday. So yes, I'm in my kitchen. If you already follow me, you know that from my countertop, my DIY countertop, with some laminated paper, which worked out great, let you guys know. So I'm just propping them up, and I'm just taking my finger and rubbing the edge if there's any glue globs. I want them to dry as straight as possible. At first I'm like just grabbing my pepper grinder, my olive oil spray, whatever I can, until I open my cabinet and realize I can use my spice jars, and that's what I end up using to hold these in place while they're drying, because, you know, my spice jars are square. See, that one was a little bit bowed right there, and I was trying to get it even. So I'm just adding some more wood glue along where the popsicle sticks join together. God, you guys probably hear all kinds of noise. I got the window open, traffic's going by, my dog is snoring. If you hear all this, I apologize. The only thing that was nice to hear was the little birdies tweeting. I live on a main road, but way out in the boonies, not a lot of traffic. So now I'm just trying to get them situated so I can let them sit here and dry. And then this is where I go and get in my cabinet and I'm grabbing a container of breadcrumbs and I'm like, oh, here's my spices. Let me hit my spice drawer. And yes, I have a super organized spice drawer that was DIY that I got off of YouTube. And I love it. I'll have to, whenever I get my videos and when I finish doing more of my kitchen videos, I'm doing like 2 rooms at once right now. I will give you guys like a little tour of some of my DIYs I did in the kitchen. So that's it, we're gonna let them dry. Okay, now we are back and I'm adding more glue to the seams. And I'm doing it like you would if you were caulking it. Just rubbing it in the gap, running my finger and taking a wet paper towel and smoothing it out. I want these super strong. That way when I screw them in or nail them in, however I'm going to install these, they will be super sturdy. Again, really simple. Just run a bead of your glue all along your seam. And then take your wet paper towel and rub it down it. And it makes it look nice and neat. And that's the last thing I do to them, and then I let them dry overnight. But as I said, they sat there for 2 days. Okay, now we're back to these wooden shells. We're in my craft room. I have some white, plain old white acrylic paint. And here I'm driving my drill bits and my drill. There you go. You guys can see a little bit better now. I'm putting a very small drill bit in. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use thumbtacks because it's going on the back of my cabinet. You know how, like, when you buy furniture, shelving, whatever, it comes with that little piece of cardboard for the backing? Well, that's what it is. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use some little screws or thumbtacks or nails, whatever. So I'm just adding some little holes into the back of my popsicle sticks. And I'm trying to make sure they're even as possible with all 3 of the shells. So that way if I did use like thumbtacks and have like that little round circle, whatever, they would all line up once I put these shells up. So I just added all my little holes, so now they're ready to be hung. Now we just gotta paint them. And here I have some acrylic paint, some very old acrylic paint. But this stuff is thick. And I have a baby white. This is my new way of doing whitewashing painting. So first I just take a paintbrush and I started glabbing it on, but this stuff was so thick. But this is normally the way I would do it. And then I rub it in with the baby wipe. And it gives it that nice whitewash look. Now I really work with these to make them turn out really good. Now I'm working on the edge. This type of wood is, I don't know what type of wood. It's like compressed together and you can see the layers. So I'm trying to fill that in with paint. And plus it's like a really rough cut edge. I was thinking about taking those Dollar Tree beaded necklaces and putting them in a baggie with some white paint and coating them and putting them as a trim. I still may eventually do that. I don't know. For the time being, I'm not going to. I'll see how they look. But it is a cute way to make a nice little decorative edge. Again, take the Dollar Tree beaded necklaces from the party section. Cut them. One piece, one section. To make it one long strand. Put them in a baggie with some acrylic paint and a little bit of water. Mix them together real good. Pull them out to dry. I would hang them with a paper clip. There goes the handy dandy paper clip again. I would hang them from a paper clip, from a string, or somewhere you can hang them from to let them air dry. I use paper clips, I said, for a lot. Even if I'm drying like herbs, I'll wrap a rubber band around it, hang it with a paper clip. See how the edge is like super rough and I don't know, just trying to fix it. So I work with the edges a lot. I work with where the wood meets together, but right now I'm just worried about whitewashing them. And I decided to do the bottoms too. I don't know, just in case you see it. So again, simple, some white paint and a baby white. Then I realized once you squirt it on, it makes it thicker in some spots, and that looks pretty cool too. But then I added too much there. But I fixed it. Now I gotta do the back where the popsicle sticks are. See the edge? I can see it. I had to fix that and fix that. It's some type of compressed wood, but I can't complain, it's free. I just try to fill it in much as I can with paint. Just like I am with the gaps between where I glued it. I wanted to hide the glue. So this is where I was like, okay, well that design was really cool with just adding the paint on. I'm just gonna put it on there and just then wipe it in. And of course I'm doing the bottom. So I do like every single part of this wood except for the very back where the tape is, where you're not going to see. I did all the bottoms, the top, the sides. I almost forgot to do the top of the popsicle stick, but I got them in this video. So, that paint was super thick. I went and got another one. This one was thinner, so I just rubbed it along the edge and then took my baby wipe and rubbed it outward to blend it in so we didn't have a line. See how I'm like rubbing it, then rubbing it out. And then there's where I'm doing the popsicle stick on top. I'm like, oh geez, I didn't do the top of the popsicle stick. And I poured too much paint, but believe it or not, after I cleaned it up, I ended up using the last little bit on my brush. Now let's let them sit here and dry and come back to install them. Okay, well, these are dried now. Now let's get to installing them. I have some double-sided tape here to make my life a little bit easier. I'm going to put that along the back. Not realizing I didn't have it on, but the first one I did the whole thing. So I just added that on to help me, one, so it will adhere better to the wall, and two, so it will stay in place while I nail it in. I decided to nail it in. This just took me almost 4 hours to do. It's going to be quick for you guys, but it took me forever. And even though I tried to make it completely straight, it still ain't completely straight. Especially the bottom one. But you know what? I don't even care. I'm so tired. And I didn't even notice it until like after I was done. And I like stood out to a certain angle in my room. Here is some lights I got from Amazon. Really cool. They're motion detector, or you can leave them on all the time, but they're magnetic and they run on batteries. I wanted something like this so I wouldn't have to constantly have electrical cords running everywhere and plugged in. And also, it's really cool because I can take it off and be able to see the colors really well of the different pigments in alcohol ink. So a lot of supplies sitting on my desk. And in this video, I'm going to be bringing you up and down, and around. Because this is a cabinet without a back. I have no idea. It was free. Free on the side of the road, I'm taking it. Now, I will put some type of laminate on the wood part to make it look decent looking. That one, see, I only had a little bit of tape, so I only put one little piece in the middle. And it didn't hold too well. It would have stayed if I would have had a whole bunch of tape. But it holds it enough for me to get it in place. And when I got the Walmart bookshelves, they came with this handy dandy little tool to hold the nails. And you'll see me using that. So I was having trouble and I was like, oh yeah, there's this little tool. And I saved it. That's a nail holder. So here I am doing the bottom shelf, putting a little bit more sticky tape on it. I put it in 3 spots this time. This is the one that ended up going on crooked. Doesn't look crooked when I look at it straight on. But see how I have it slanted? I can see it in the video. I don't know. I think because I was tired. And you see I didn't put the level on. I was eyeballing it, but I would get the hiccup or something when I'm doing a voiceover. It's really weird. Excuse me. See, that looks pretty even. I don't know. It looks even and straight on. You'll see when I show you. So here's this big old kit of alcohol inks that I got off of Amazon. So I started pulling them out. And I flipped the light around so I can see better. And I realized, oh geez, there's a lot of the same, like, different colors of, like, greens and blues and purples and pinks, and so I'm gonna end up speeding this up big time so I can organize these. I came very lucky. Everything that I wanted to put on these shelves fit exactly perfect. This is a huge box of alcohol inks. So I'm trying to do it by the Roy G. Biv color code that we all learned in school. And I'm sitting there thinking, which way does it go? And then I remember Roy G. Biv. It's been so long. So then I have like regular alcohol ink. Then I have metallic. Some metallics that came in this kit. See how I love it? You can take the light off and shine onto the colors. So that was a good one. I'm going to put one over my jewelry desk. I mean, I do have another light for my jewelry desk to see up close, but and then I got one for my staging area. So then here's a whole box of metallic ones I bought. And it came with these ones. I'm not sure what they are. I'm going to have to ask someone that's in the resin. And it's the ones in there, and I can't remember what it says. So I had to move them all. So I have room for my micro powders to come in. So once I got them all moved, I'm back. So, because I had to make room for my mica powders. Which are some very, very pretty colors. So these 3 little shelves was enough to hold all my resin dyes, my original, my metallics, and all my mica powders. Thank goodness. I actually love it. Imagine, it just works out. I'm just so glad I thought of this idea. I didn't even realize I had this much little stuff until I started pulling out all my resin supplies that I've been collecting. And as you see in the video, I'll end up finding more. So I got them all organized. Now I gotta start organizing all the other stuff. Then I have these other micro powders. They're called, God, I can't remember chameleon micro powders. I have no idea what that means. But they have like 3 or 4 colors in one package. I guess they color change. And they come in little bags. So I ain't messing with them. They're gonna stay in that box. And I'll just sit on the side of my desk. And then here's my UV light that I use for my nails. And some resin. So now I'm like moving stuff down to put things on. Trying to clean up all these bags. I bought cups for when I don't want to use the silicone cups. So again, let me bring you up and down, around, everywhere. These are food coverings. I saw someone say they are great to cover your resin while they're drying to keep any dust or flies or anything from going in your resin. And when I saw that on the video, I was like, oh my goodness, I have them. So they are going to be at my resin desk. And then I have a coffee canister there of water. Because I was told that's how you measure resin. So here I have my little resin scale. And I'm just putting whatever little doodad stuff came with the cups and all in my drawer. I have no idea what all is. I was going to put my cups in there. I was like, nope, they're not going to fit. And I have my toothpicks there. Yeah, now we're going up. Now I have my candles here because this is supposed to be like a candle resin station. We'll see how this works out. I'm not too sure. Because I haven't even, and that's 91.9% alcohol, rubbing alcohol. Then of course my large popsicle sticks. Then it came with some silicone mixers, sticks. Then of course you need a lighter. Never use a torch on your mold. I did buy in the back of the drawer there a temperature gauge because you need to measure the temperature of your resin. Now up here I have my mold making kit supplies. So I got 2 boxes of mold making mix. And then next to it I have the mold kits, 2 of them that you make into sheets by that's resin. So you can make your silicone molds. And that's my rubbing alcohol in the bottle. I learned that you should spray the rubbing alcohol, the 99 I don't know if it's 99 or 91. I think it was 91. I have to look at it. I don't know. I was told you're supposed to spray your epoxy with that instead of using a heat gun or a lighter. I don't know. Well, I will figure it out. So I'm just cleaning off the top of this hutch cabinet here. And that's where all my resins are going to be stored. And then I have my candle wax dyes there. Those candles removed because that don't belong there. There's my resin mask that I just got from my dad. Just cleaning it up because my husband used it when he painted his car. And I'm keeping everything in cabinets and all because I don't want any dust on any of my stuff. I mean, it's silicone. Then I have that UV light. Oh, nope, now we're moving to the bottom. Oh, that was another thing of resin. I'm going through my cart. Found another thing of resin. I don't know what type that is. So now we're like, I have 4 types of resin. These are all my different size cups. I got plastic cups for when I want to not use the silicone ones. So I got all different sizes of cups. Because what I saw on YouTube, on the video, I'm going to keep my UV light up there, was when you go to measure resin, you measure by water first. That's my UV resin. And then I don't know what type of resin that is. Then I got tabletop resin, deep pour resin. And then I have the large cups, the medium cups, the small cups, and then the tiny cups for like if you're doing a real small thing. And they have the measurements on them. So I'm just cleaning things and unpacking it out of the packages and setting up my station. But I did remember after doing this video, one thing I don't have at this station yet is my cup turner. So that must be in my other room. Then I had a big plastic measuring cup from the dollar store. I'm loving how that looks. All nice and organized. And then I got this from Habitat for Humanity. So I figure, I'll keep that on my desk here. I'll put a different knob on it though. Just not today. And I'll store my gloves in it. And then I'm seeing if my desk is level, and it is. I can't believe it, because so many spots on that floor is unleveled, because it's a concrete basement. And here's a resin mixer I bought. Then I just bought some metallic, I don't even know what it is, from Let's Resin metallic colors. They're really nice colors. They are solid. So I'm just putting them on my shelves. And this is where I had to like rip open the box because I could not get it out. And that's like rechargeable. So I'm just going to cut the lid off and store everything in that little box right in my drawer. And that paper is just notes on how to measure resin by water. And that is my mold sealer. You must have mold sealer. That's actually how you're supposed to spray them when you go to store them. Again, I'm just adding little bit of crap in my drawer that came with all the little kits when I ordered things. And I'm just cleaning my desk off. And it had this little silicone mat that came with one of my kits. I do have bigger ones. I need to find them. I found them once when I was down there organizing, but I lost them again. They might be in my fake bake cabinet. I don't know. Have a look. I was just checking to see if it was level. Now this is what it looks like. See, they look pretty level to me, themselves. I don't know. When I stand to the right of the room, it doesn't. I don't know. So this is my little setup. A lot of money in resin right there. And then when I find my cup turner and all, it'll go on this side. And this is probably where I will have it running. I'll probably drill a hole in the side of the cabinet. And then not much in the drawers. I just need some drawer dividers. And then here's my resin cart. Now we're going to organize that some. Here's where I discovered I found more stuff. And I'm like, what the heck is resin dye? I've heard of alcohol ink, but what is resin dye? Now I gotta figure out what resin dye is, because I know nothing about resin all yet. And it had a solid deep black, and then a rainbow color, rainbow effect. That I saw it was really cool. That's the one thing about YouTube, it can get you in trouble with shopping. Because I see things, I'm like, oh, that's really cool, and I want it. And like, here's a bunch of different molds. We'll go through that again in a few minutes. I'm just rooting through. I was already unpacking some stuff. As I said in the beginning of the video earlier, that I'm going to store my glitter on top of this. So I have my glitter there. And so that's what we're going to do next, is organize my glitter and then organize this. This is like little eye hooks. I can't remember what that was. Little hand drill. I think I just bought a battery operated one. So here I am at my desk. I'm like, what the heck is this? And I'm reading and everything. I have no clue. I'll be totally honest with you. I know nothing about resin. You're going to learn right along with me. You're going to see my mistakes. The whole 9 yards, because I have no clue. This is a learning process for me. And I'm ready for it. And this was just a solid black to do black backgrounds where it's not see-through. This is like solid. Then I had a blending solution. That's for totally different, not for resin. And then this is some type of weight. I have to research it. This is really cool. This is a rainbow effect. I can't remember exactly what it does. It's been a while, but I saw it. Someone using it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I need that. So I'm loving it the way it's looking. And now I'm ready to start getting in making resin projects. Let's organize this glitter. I wanted to use this container. Well, that ain't working out. Some of these bottles are just way too big. Those one would fit, but the other ones weren't. So I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work. So then I go get another container. Because the one I have isn't working. As you see, it's overstuffed. And like I said, I want to keep it on top of my resin cart. That way when I'm crafting, I can just roll my cart right over to my other desk and use my glitter. So here I'm get a taller container, but then it's not as wide. And then I'm like, nope, this is not going to work. Because then I'll have enough room to hold all my glitters. So we're back to this container. So we went from a little bit bigger. So now we're just going to organize all these glitters in here. And then I saw that in my resin cart I had some glitters. And I had some little dollar store glitter, which I knew I had another one. I don't know where it is. So here's all the little dollar store glitters, and I don't know why a silver one was in there, but it was. And then it was spilled in my drawer. The little bottle of silver. They came with the little Walmart pack. So I'm just dumping that out of my resin cart drawer back into the bottom. And I have all these other little doodads of nail glitters. And I'm just going to put that in a little container there. And then that's a glitter spray bottle by, oh god, can't think of his name right this second. Very famous guy from scrapbooking. Oh well. Tim Holt. So at least now my glitter is all in one place. And remember earlier in the video I was telling you about the beaded necklaces? I had some sitting there. And that's what I was talking about. If you paint them white, you can put them along the edge of your wood and make a nice little detail. So now we're going to put this glitter on top of my resin cart. And then we're going to get to the resin cart and straighten that up. Which I still have some molds and all to put in it. So here's my cart. And I decided to put that little silicone mat on there because it's so tiny. Zoomed you in some. So these are some cute little keychain kits I bought. Alphabets. I know I have bookmarkers. And then if you saw my last video, I have pen holders and cell phone holders and makeup organizers and all kinds of stuff. So I decided to take all my little metal things, like, and that is silver foil. Like the little eye hooks and necklace pieces and all put to the right. And those was like little diamonds that you put on your nails that I can use in resin. Those were some white pens and I can't remember what we need them for in resin. But they went in my drawer. Then I have like little nail. You can make nail decals. They're really thin. And you can do that with like UV resin added to your jewelry pieces. So I have those. And I have some wind chimes. That one's cool. That one right there is a hummingbird one. That one's pretty cool. I might do that one first. Coasters. This was like a coffee cup. Well, it's a cup. And it has like lemons or the beans for coffee and marshmallows. Those are all different types of coasters. 2 different butterfly designs. And I just ordered 3 more coasters. So I'm going to organize them there, and then put the coasters and all on this side. So the wind chimes there, and the silver foil there. On the side of my desk where the micro powder is. Now my resin desk is done. So next we are going to organize my jewelry and add my happy mail. Yay, mail, woohoo! I love mail day. Okay, we have the mail. Let's see what we got from Amazon today. For my upcoming DIY, I ordered some resin white pigment to do blooming flowers. And then I also ordered some basket label clips. Comes in a set. This is awesome. These are pretty thick. They can fit different size baskets. But they're pretty big, as you see here. And I will put them in the description box, along with any other materials that I used. Probably won't be tonight, but it'll be tomorrow. So I'm going to use them on these pop-up boxes from Dollar Tree, and on my drawers that I displayed my molds on. You see, you can go up to pretty thick, you see how wide it is on the side, so they can go up to pretty thick baskets. So you can label all your little baskets in your pantry, your craft room, your bathroom, whatever. I am going to, like I said, use them for my craft room. So here, I was writing the wrong word. I was going to put styrofoam, and I was like, wait, what do I have? So, if you mess up, you spray it with some water. At least I get to demo it. And you just wipe it all. start over. You can change these labels over and over again. So in my one container, I have the round foam balls, styrofoam balls, and the cones. And then I have polyfill in another one. Then I have tablecloths in another one. And I'm like trying to look, like what else I gotta write. But I also have backdrops, so I'm writing that down. And then I'm writing ones for my drawers that I did all my molds in. And I will label the drawers underneath my desk too. Oh, I did change my drawer at my resin desk, and I forgot to record it. I'll have to show it on an update. But I found a utensil holder, I guess was from Dollar Tree, I don't know. When I got a different one for my drawer, I found a utensil holder, so I'm using that in my resin drawer, and it's all nicely organized now. So now we're at my mold station. Remember, we temporarily labeled these. And my fake bake, I have decided is going to get moved. So we're just going to sit here and label all these real quick. I have Easter. These are really nice labels, and they look really nice. I just wrote animals on that one, because that's what that is. Cats and dogs and stuff. Bears. This one was my clock, my cutting board, and my appliques. So you can see, they're really nice size. You can really write a lot on them. And I'm going to put florals here where they are, but I am going to move the bees, the birds. I have a lace one, and I have bows. And so this drawer is wall art. I like how nice that looks. Now, we're going up. Don't mind my shelving. I just have stuff sitting there that I haven't organized yet. But I do have the storage cubes on top, and I'm going to label them. And again, these are like temporary there too. So I was trying to figure out where I wanted it. I decided to clip it on top. So that's like my tablecloths, my polyfilm. And you know what the other one is, the styrofoam balls and cones. And I apologize, I'm trying to move the camera so you can see too. And that one has nothing in it. Now to set up some of my jewelry so you get an idea of what's coming to my channel for classes and see more of jewelry that I made. So this is why I call it my bear cabinet, because I used to keep this cabinet with all my cherished teddies in it. But for now, I'm going to start displaying my jewelry in here. And here's just some samples of different types of jewelry in classes that I've made. Now this DIY right here I did on a YouTube video of making that farmhouse style jewelry holder. So we'll be doing wire wrapping. We'll have wire wrapping, basic beading, crimping, chainmail. I have to think about it as we go on. I know you gotta start with the basics. And that won't be in classes, that will be on regular videos. Unless somebody wants a personal one-on-one class. I'm almost to my hours to offer that to you guys for special perks. This is a bracelet that I made everything with. It's wire wrapped each bead, and I even made my own class. And I'll teach you how to do all that, and that's made out of sterling silver. You'll notice in the video that a lot of my jewelry is tarnished because it has to be cleaned. This is another wire wrap bracelet that I made. I took a class for that one. This one I absolutely love. I have a couple of them. I don't know where. Oh, you know what? My black one's missing too. I'm just realizing some things I didn't see when I was down there. Organizing some of this. It ain't completely organized. I didn't want it to take forever. I'm tired from doing this whole video. But I wanted to show you some things and get some things up. There's the chainmail. Earrings. I did do chainmail bracelets. This is wire crochet. I will be teaching that class. Just another wire wrapped earrings. So we're doing wire wrapping, wire crochet, basic beading, wire crimping. That was a really pretty one I made. So I'm putting that all down here. How to make bangles and earrings and all kinds of stuff. Here's a bunch of other different jewelry I made. This I have to make a stand for. I think I did it in a class. These I invented. These are ponytail covers. I love these. Jewelry for your hair. This is diacrylic glass with glass fusing. Again, on sterling, excuse me, on sterling silver chains, but they're tarnished. Everything's got to be, you know how silver is. Even with all that, like, I do all silver because, mostly if I can, because I'm allergic to anything that's not real. And there's my parrot feather necklace I made when I was doing bird shows. I sold out of every single one. They're made with real parrot feathers from my birds. There's some wire crochet bracelets. I just have to put them on the stand, but that I made. But for time being, I'm just sitting them there. And for the bracelet watch holders, that's on another video I just did. They were made out of simple jingle blocks and pool noodles and stuff. Super easy. That's just a wire wrapped stone. I like taking a piece of stone and some beads and seeing what I can create with it. This is when I first started. This was like basic. It was a nice beach shell type jewelry. And you'll see all this a little bit better. It's not as bright. I put my flash on to show you guys it all. You know how things look different on camera than it does in person. I did buy a... Oh, here's the review of it all. Again, the flash is on, so it isn't this bright. These are real stones, beaded stones. Agate and I can't remember what the other one is. And of course, parrot feathers aren't that bright. So, again, you can tell the color is not correct. And I just have some other things sitting there. And I totally forgot to give you guys a little tour too of some updates that I did. And then here is my container that I have all my other jewelry in. Again, don't mind it. It is tarnished because it's real silver. This is a really cool wire wrap bracelet I did. This I took a class where I love that, doing cages around stones. They're really pretty when they're cleaned up. This was with a wig jig, which I'll show you how to do that. This is glass fusing. Again, just some funky, this was inlaid with like real 14 karat gold. Again, it's all tarnished, I apologize. It's been in this box for years. This is what I took when I went for my job interview for jewelry classes to Michael's to be hired. Actually, there's other stuff, but I even came up with my own heart bracelet and interlocking. Oh, and I invented an exchangeable bracelet too. Oh god, there's a lot of stuff I gotta find. Yeah, here's just some other stuff that I made. This was like basic jewelry. A ring, a wire wrap ring. So I have like the bracelet and earrings and necklaces that match. Just so you get an idea of what all I'll be having on my channel. That was cute. That was a little teapot charm that I made. I saw them at one of these places we were going out to dinner. They were selling them for like $30. And that was my diacrylic glass again. And that's some sterling silver jewelry that I made in my classes out of clay and wire. That's mosaic tiles. More glass fusing and wire wrapping. And again, this was made with stamps. sterling silver wire, sterling silver clay, and texture plates. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Please like and subscribe and share.